Hello, everybody, and welcome to our broadcast tonight. My name is Ann Cosma. I'm one of the educator innovation leads on Team Flipgrid, and I am so excited for this conversation tonight. We are talking Flipgrid for All and Read, Share, Connect. So I want to introduce one of my colleagues, Mr. Chris Matthew. Hey, Chris.
Hello, Ann, and hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be able to join you.
I know, I'm super excited too. And we're talking with one of our awesome discovery partners tonight, Epic. So let's invite our friend to the show. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Everybody, it's Jen from Epic.
Thank you so much. What an amazing introduction. I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
Jen, wonderful. We're so excited to just welcome you and say hello. Chris, I know I already cut you off. I'm just so excited.
No, we are so grateful to have Epic as a partner, and Jen is so wonderful to work with. Jen, can you tell us just a little bit more about yourself and about what Epic is and your mission?
Yeah, absolutely. So I work in educator engagement at Epic, and I have the privilege of really connecting and supporting our educator community, primarily through social, but it's just such a treat. I get to connect with educators from around the country and the world, and really make sure their voice is, really at the forefront as we continue to improve Epic. So such a treat. I'm a former early childhood and special education teacher, and I always say this job is my favorite job because, other than teaching, because I never knew about Epic or Flipgrid in the classroom, and so it's so special to be able to share it with our educator community.
Well, Jen, speaking of that, I didn't know about your background as an early childhood.
Yeah.
But I want to talk, and I'm so ready to jump in and talk about this, the mission of Epic and who you are, and say that we are so thrilled to have Epic as part of the Flipgrid Discovery Library. So in a moment, I know I'm going to say, tell us a little bit more and tell us about Epic and the incredible platform and resource that it is. But I want to let folks know, if they're new to Flipgrid, if they're familiar with Flipgrid, one of our features is called Discovery. It's a discovery library full of ready-to-use content. And one of the incredible things is we have all of these featured partners. And check out this gorgeous tile right here. This that says Epic. So tell us a little bit about Epic and what you all are about.
Absolutely. So Epic is a digital reading platform. We have over 40,000 books on our platform, and that is thanks to our partnerships with over 250 of, in our opinion, the world's best publishers. And so what we really offer is personalized content for kids, and built-in progress tracking, which we believe really fuels that reading confidence and that curiosity that is so natural to kids, but we just keep it going, and we really invite educators and parents to go along in that journey. So we just, our mission at its core is really unlocking the potential of every child. So we just are so grateful to be in this incredible discovery library, fostering curiosity and discovery. Just it's a perfect pair in our opinion.
Well, Jen, I'll tell you that I have a nephew who just started 4th grade a couple of weeks ago in a hybrid situation. He loves to FaceTime. He FaceTimed me and was telling me all about Epic. His educators have all been Epic educators throughout his whole 4 years. And so he was telling me about the badges he's earned and all of the awards that he's gotten from it.
I love it.
It's so wonderful because, there's so many books that cover so many different themes and topics. Can you tell us just a little bit more about what you've got here in the Discovery Library?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, because we're so lucky to have so much great content on our platform, all of our Discovery Library topics are connected to content on Epic. And as you probably saw when you looked at the top with the engagement numbers, some of our most popular topics are actually related to social emotional learning. So you see up there showing kindness and what makes you unique and building empathy. Learning perseverance. These are such important topics all the time, but I think particularly in an uncertain world, they've really resonated with our educator community. So just really honored to have them in the Discovery Library. You'll also see we have a lot of content that really showcases diverse cultural experiences, because it's really important to us that we're, encouraging acceptance and understanding and empathy, and really supporting kids, and making sure they grow up open-minded and kind to one another. So we're just really, really honored to showcase some of the great content through these Discovery Library topics.
I love these too. So I'm a former first grade teacher, and I have with my I call them my baby birds, but my young scholars all the time, and celebrating that reading journey. But the titles you have and the books available are so incredibly, they're diverse, they're inclusive. They give readers so many opportunities to really dig in. But I love, I always go back to thinking about like text connections and text to self and text to world, text to media, and so many possibilities for the way your readers can connect. And like your SEL focus, and in a time where education has shifted and had to pivot due to global health pandemic and unprecedented times that we're all experiencing together around the world, stories and the power of stories. And I think about that, and obviously you do too, because you have this really cool thing going on right now about connecting through stories. So why don't you talk a little bit about this collection and what this collection is all about?
Absolutely. That is a great segue. So I think for back to school, we know this is, as you mentioned, an unprecedented time for everyone. And it's so different. And so we realized that, what everyone is really craving right now is this opportunity to connect. Kids may not be in the same space as their teachers, or they might not be able to see grandma or grandpa, and so our hope is that through reading and through a shared experience of, connecting through a book, that it will ease some of this, the emotions that kids are dealing with right now. And so a little bit about this collection: we had our Epic librarian and our child development and education experts really collaborate, pull together a beautiful list of books, and also develop these awesome activity guides to go along with them. So you'll see in some of the topics, we chose just one. We couldn't squeeze them all in. But it's really an opportunity for kids to, again, this one is, I love this book, it's so sweet, to draw or write poetry or do an activity, or think about a question and talk about it with someone that they love. And then if kids are really excited about the topic or the book, we've actually attached the complete activity guide so they can continue exploring and working through some of the activities.
So I want to talk about that for a moment and show folks. So we're looking at one of these topics, and this is not only using that book, the book A Box of Butterflies, but this is what it looks like when educators go into the Discovery Library and look at this topic. You can see the prompt, what a reader would see as they're engaging in this, and it links to the book right on Epic. So any educator, and we can talk about that in just a moment.
Totally.
But you mentioned this activity guide, so I'm going to take a moment and click on this and show folks what it is. It literally is an activity guide for an educator to take and use. Do you want to speak about it for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can be used with students. Educators can share it with families to continue the conversations at home. And there's just a lot of great, very simple. We know simplicity is key because our learning situations are so different in today's world. So again, very simple, focusing on social emotional learning and connecting through great stories. So
Cool.
we hope you'll enjoy them.
Yeah, and I want to show folks too, like how they can take your topic. So again, just on this same topic, you have the opportunity in your Flipgrid account, you can save it for future use. So say you're planning ahead, you want to use it tomorrow, next week, save it to a collection. They could create a collection called Read, Share, Connect. But if they wanted to use it immediately, they could take and just grab that topic from you simply by clicking add topic. And if they wanted to, I'm going to add it to a group, and I already have one called Read. So I'm just going to show educators it's as simple as clicking add, sharing where you want to put it, and then if needed, they can remix it, customize it for their own community. But I'm just going to click update. And now I can share it with my community. It's as simple as that.
That's
Epic
awesome.
handed me the most epic resource. So, yeah, I love it. And then educators just start their discussion. But I want to click back on that, come right back to Discovery, and come right back to your partner page one more time. So folks literally just find that epic tile in Discovery. And let's just come back one more time, Jen, because this is a campaign you all are doing to celebrate connections. Absolutely. And we talked about that power of connection. Chris, you mentioned reading with your nephew and families and friends and your community. It's just authentic reading lives, right? And that ripples in so many beautiful ways: creativity, art, imagination, conversation, creative writing. But I love that these are focused on purposeful, meaningful conversations, social emotional learning at this crazy, let's be honest, it's a crazy time in education.
Yes.
Yeah, we are so grateful for this collection in particular because it is so important to be able to help the kids process a different world than they were living in a year ago. And so all of these topics and all of these books seem to really tie into having connections and helping process those emotions and the different world that they're living in.
Yes, absolutely. And I also wanted to mention they are categorized by age. So you'll see a link right in there to the blog, our blog post, which has all of them together and talks a little bit more about the campaign, but you'll also have age recommendations, so there's a book for pre-kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade and above. So you can really choose the one very easily that would be right for your kids or your students. So we hope it just helps, support and foster those conversations during this time.
I love that in the blog you're saying share a story, share an experience, and I'm going to toggle back to that topic. And let me minimize this and just show you exactly what you were talking about for various ages, various groups. Perfect for middle school, younger scholars, preschool. So this provides great opportunities for various groups of folks. I love that. Yeah. Jen, I have my Epic account open.
Ooh.
I'm going to click over there and show folks, like in my library, I already started a collection.
Love it.
I just used your hashtag. So I'm using Read, Share, Connect and added all of those books. And again, if you maybe want to speak to how easy it is for an educator to use this content, what do they need to know? What do they need to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if you already are an EPIC educator and you have an account and you've added students to your roster, just making sure, your kid, you can actually in one click, you see that little assign, you can choose, to send it to one of your kids, or if you know that student would really love this particular book or needs a little extra support in a special area, you can send them a special book actually in the app. Or you can share it with your whole class if you're doing a whole, group project or group activity. So it's super easy in one click. And then all your kids need to do is log in using their class code, and they'll get it right in their mailbox. And just a reminder, EPIC School is available 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. for kids to log in from anywhere, wherever they're learning. All they need is their class code. So it's super simple.
That's incredible. Well, Chris can say this all day long. I can say this all day long. You can say this all day long. The power of connection and the power of story, right? And it makes my teacher heart happy to see endless possibilities. And I just want to come back to this because your tile in the Discovery Library, not only these popular topics, we talked about the SEL focus on them, it's human connections, it's life skills, it's lifelong learning skills, this incredible collection, not only that you're sharing across all of your social and the activity guides provided, but I just want to do another quick scroll. A quick scroll for you. Amazing. And we actually had a question from somebody in the community asking about representation in the authors and the diversity of authors that you have provided, which I think is beautifully represented in the content that you have available in here, whether it's celebrating diversity and inclusion, so many things. I know I popped on Hispanic Heritage Month. You're having these collections of books celebrating Black history, for example, with incredible, diverse content available for your community and beyond.
Yes, we're definitely, we realize it's very, very important. So we're just honored to have all these incredible authors and publishers who, are adding their content to EPIC. So
I love this. Well, Jen, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this screen for just a moment and come back to our conversation. And I wanted to ask, I always ask this when we have the opportunity to connect with folks, if people are looking to go further and find out a little bit more, I'm going to pop your handle on the screen. Folks can get connected, but why don't you tell us where we can find you if we need to find more information besides going to the Discovery Library and clicking on that gorgeous partner page?
Absolutely. So on Instagram and Facebook, you can certainly follow us at EPIC for Educators for updates and great new books on the platform. But we also recommend going to getepic.com/educators. It is super simple. If you are an educator with an email, a school email, it takes less than a minute to sign up. All you need is your email. You'll go to this page, click Join EPIC School, put in a couple quick details, and you're in. You can easily add profiles for all of your kids. We even have, you can import your roster from Google Classroom. So super simple, copy and paste, and then you can share your class code with your kids and they can log in. So super simple.
Website, right? getepic.com/educators.
Yes, that's right. And also on that page is a link to resources, tutorials, slide decks to, help you in that process and help get your kids reading on EPIC.
I love it. Well, I know, I'll let Chris close it out because I could just talk forever. On behalf of the Flipgrid for All community and our team, we've said it before, we've said it in every meeting we've ever had and talked with you. It's such an honor to see your topic, but not only what you're doing with Read, Share, Connect, but the way that you're empowering folks. Thank you for sharing incredible resources and content for folks. So.
Well, the honor is really all ours, and thank you for empowering student voice. And we just feel like it's such a wonderful partnership. So honored to be here with you guys. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. There's no question that the Flipgrid community and the EPIC community are one and the same. And so we are so grateful to have you as a partner and so excited to continue to work together.
Thank you so much. Such a treat, guys.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We'll be coming back for more conversations another time. Check out those hashtags and get connected. And as always, thank you for everything you're doing to empower your learning communities. And I'm going to send it out with a hug and a heart like I always do, friends. Take care. We'll see you out there.